Hello, my dear students. So, welcome back once again for the science e-learning. And in grade 6, we have started already with separation of substances, right? So far we have seen 3 parts of it, and now we are going to see 4th part. Okay, so in initial 3 parts, we have seen some practicals, right? Like we have seen how handpicking is done, how winnowing is done, right? Then how sieving is done. Of course, that we have seen. And yes, we have seen detailed practical of how decantation, sedimentation, decantation and filtration occurs, or how is that done, that we have seen. Now we are going to see another methods of separation of substances, and the next one here that we're going to see is, yes, it is going to be evaporation. It is going to be evaporation. I know we have learned evaporation many times since last couple of years. We've been learning of evaporation, right? So what is evaporation? Evaporation is the what changes into what? Yes, it's the liquid changes into gases is called yes. We have seen this definition many a times, that the liquid changes into gas, and that process is called as evaporation, right? But now you will just wonder, or you may have a doubt, that how it can be used to separate the substances. So that again we are going to see with example. So this is the definition of evaporation. I don't need to go deep into it because we've been learning since last 2 years. It is just that liquid changes into gas is called as evaporation. For example, if we take water in a container and keep it over the gas stove, and if we are boiling it, after some time we see that there isn't water remaining into the utensil or in the container. Then where the water has gone? The water has turned into gases, or I can say more precisely that the water had changed into water vapors. Now how this method is used for separating substances, that I am gonna tell you. Before that, you answer my question, from where do we get the salt? Yes, the common salt or the cooking salt that we use at our houses, from where do we get that? Do you know from where do we get it? Yes, we get it from the sea water. The salt that we eat at our house or we use for cooking, that we get from the sea water. Now how do we derive it, or how do we obtain that salt from the sea water? Okay, so in salt pans, what do they have is, they have some shallow pits like this. They have some shallow pits like this. So what happens into such a pit? Okay, it's a very large area. I cannot show you. I'm showing some just for the sake of example and for the sake of understanding. They have certain pits like this. So what do they do? In these pits, they first collect the sea water. They first fill this pits with the sea water. Because we know that the sea water, how does it taste? It tastes salty. So what is it? It's the sea water. Sea water is taken into these shallow pits. Now what is going to happen? Due to the action of the sun or due to the sun rays, what is going to happen? Yes, this water, it is going to get heated. The water is going to get heated. So what is going to happen? Eventually, due to the heat of the sun, this water is going to turn into the water vapors. This water is going to turn into the water vapors, and slowly what is going to happen? All the water in those shallow pits, it is going to be turned into the water vapors. Slowly all the water in these all shallow pits or in the salt pans, the water from it is going to be evaporated. It is going to be evaporated. It is going to be turned into water vapors. Now what will be remaining down? Will the salt also evaporate with the water? No, salt is not going to evaporate with the water. It will be remained at the bottom. It will be remained at the bottom. So what happened? First we took the seawater. Due to the sun, the water turned into water vapors and it evaporated. It is gone. It is vanished. Now at the bottom, what do we have? We have salt at the bottom. We have now, due to the water turned into water vapors, what we got, it is the salt. Now this salt is then taken to the factories, it is processed or it is cleaned, it is added with more mineral, and then the packaging is done and we get it from the markets, right? So this is how the salt is obtained from the sea water, and that happens due to the process of evaporation. Now here you see, earlier, so you just recall from the last video what we have seen. Earlier what did we do? Yes, we separated mud from the muddy water, alright? We separated mud from the muddy water. Mud, was it dissolved into the water completely, or were you able to see the mud? Just think. Yes, we were able to see the mud. It was not at all dissolved completely because mud is a insoluble solid. Mud is a insoluble solid. So it was easy for us to see it, and it was easy for us to see it and separate it out. But when we are thinking of sea or sugar, in that case also, salt and sugar, I mean salt, can we see salt when it is dissolved into water? No, we cannot see the salt when it is dissolved into water. Why? Because salt is a soluble solid. Salt is a soluble solid. Now what do I mean by soluble solid? Soluble solid and now salt is a soluble solid. Salt, sugar, all these come under the category of soluble solids. Why? Because they completely dissolve into the water. Because they completely dissolve into the water. Once you dissolve them into the water, you cannot see them. But when I am talking of insoluble solids, I mean mud, sand, chalk powder, etc. When they are dissolved into the water, still we can see them. Still we can see them. Why? Because they are not completely dissolving into the water. They are not mixing completely with the water. So that is why to separate insoluble substances, we make use of the methods of separation like sedimentation, decantation, filtration, etc. Right? And in case of evaporation, in case of soluble solids like salt and sugar, we make use of the method called as evaporation, and the one more which we gonna see is the condensation. Is that understood? How the salt is obtained from the seawater, that we have seen. Also, how can we separate salt from the seawater, that also we have seen. Is that understood about evaporation? Okay, now I am gonna ask you one question, alright? So just see which are the methods that you are gonna use for separating these substances. Okay, so just let us understand. Okay, so I have here water plus sand, and then you have pause it. Start. Okay, now you have the mixture of water, sand and salt. Okay, all these three substances are mixed together. Now your job is to separate out sand and salt from the water. Now you are supposed to separate out the sand and salt from the water. What are the methods that you're going to do, that you're going to make use of? You just tell me in the comment section below. Do comment. Okay, so what are the methods, by which method you are going to separate the sand from the water, and by which method you are going to make salt separate out from the water, that you are gonna tell me. So that is your task. You are going to comment me in the comment box below. All right, what you have to do, I have given you the mixture of water plus sand plus salt, and you have to separate out these three substances. Is that understood? Shall we move on the second method? Next method, I mean. Alright, that also you are very familiar with it. Okay, we've been learning this since last couple of years again, or even in the third standard also you must have seen. And the name of the method is condensation. So what is the definition of condensation? Condensation is the process in which gas changes into liquid. So what happens here? The gas changes into liquid, but we have to provide it with one condition. And what is that condition? Yes, the gas changes into liquid on cooling. We have to cool the gas, then we are going to get the liquid back. The gas changes into liquid on cooling is called condensation. Is that understood? Yes, this definition you have already learned. Now how this condensation is going to be used to separate out the substance, that I am going to tell you. Okay, in the previous example of evaporation where salt was made from the seawater, what have we seen? Yes, the water from the that salt pan evaporated, remaining the salt behind. Now in this case, I want salt and I want water also, and I want them separate from each other. Okay, so now what is this case? You see please. What I have? Salt plus water. Okay, I am given with the salt and water, that is salty water. I have given with the salty water solution. Okay, I am given with the salty water. Now from this I want salt as well as water, but then both of them should be separate. Now what I'll do in that case, I'll take the salt and water into one container. Suppose a kettle. Okay, so I'm not so good with drawing, just yes, like this kettle is there, and here I have taken what? I have taken all the salty water. Then I am going to provide it with the gas. So what is going to happen? Okay, the burner is given there. This is the kettle which has got one spout like this. You must have seen this with those tea vendors, you know, you must have seen tea vendors. They are carrying tea into this kind of kettle. Okay, so kettle, so they have this spout like this from where they pour the tea into the cups. Okay, so now what do I have? I have salty water, wherein salt and water is there. I am giving this heat by use of this burner. Now what am I going to do? See, eventually as this water is getting the heat, it is going to start boiling and water vapors are going to be generated, right? Water vapors are going to be generated. Now these water vapors, they are going to pass through the spout or the opening out here, right? They will be coming out of the spout. Now my job is to hold one plate. Okay, I am going to hold one plate here. Okay, so so one tongue is there. With the help of that tongue, I have hold one plate. This is the cool plate. Now what is going to happen? The water from this kettle is turning into the water vapors due to the action of heat. The water vapors, they are passing through this opening out here and they stuck to this cool plate. They stuck to the cool plate. Now what is going to happen? The water vapors, they are getting cooled down. They are getting cooled down due to this cool plate. They are getting cooled down due to this cool plate. Now what is going to happen? These water vapors, they will be turning into the water vapors. They will be turning into the water vapors, and all these water vapors, they will turn into the water droplets, and these water droplets will be then collected into another container. Am I clear? Are you getting me? See what happened? Salt water taken into one kettle. With the help of burner, I have provided it with the heat. So eventually it started boiling. It turned into the water vapors. The water vapors then passed through this spout. What I did, I hold one cool plate. I hold one cool plate here. So what happened? The water vapors which are coming out from this spout, they strike with this cool plate, and what happened? They got cool over here, right? So what happens, as the liquid or the gas is cooling, it is turning into the water again. It is turning into the liquid again. So this water vapor, they are turning into the water droplets, and those water droplets are collected into another container. Okay, this process is carried out. This process is carried out entirely till the water from this kettle evaporates, till all the water from the kettle evaporates, till this process is carried out. So what happened? All the water from this kettle turned into water vapors. It strike to that cool plate. It all turned into the water and collected back into another container. Now what is remained here? What is remained there? Can you tell me? Yes, it's the salt. So in this kettle now, after the water is finished, what I have is salt, and in this container now, what I have is water. So is that understood how condensation is also used to separate out the substances? So salt and water can be separated by using condensation in this way. Is that understood? All right. So yes, so in this video we have seen about evaporation and condensation, right? I have given you one work wherein you're going to tell me how you're going to separate water, sand and salt from each other. I want three of them. I want all these three substances. Now it's your job how you're going to give me, what are the methods, which first thing you are going to separate out. That all you're going to tell me in the comment section, right? So till then, take care of yourself, my dear students. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.